You called us the 10 boys?
Yeah, you said congrats,
Nice.
10 boys.
Nice. There's 10 boys.
We got too horny, and that's why.
I don't want him to come. Jake, how horny does this make you?
Very horny.
It's one big joke. Believe me, Minnesota sports in all sorts. You see, they know it's never gonna get easy. You see, they know it's Minnesota, constant pain and misery.
And I'm a part of Al Qaeda.
It's 10K TV. It's one big joke. Believe me, Minnesota sports. In all sorts.
Dude, he could turn Daniel Jones into Brett Favre.
Minus the penis pics.
Yeah. You can legally smoke crack.
What is a DVOA?
I went dicks, vaginas, or ass.
I think that's what it is.
Don't know much except to yell.
Welcome back to Sticks in the Middle. This is our second episode. Same crew, back again. Voss, how we doing?
I am so fantastic, but guys, I'm so nervous. I'm shaking right now in my boots. You know why?
Why?
Minnesota State tied it up, and they're going into OT.
Oh!
They're playing Western. I'm so scared.
That's the beauty of doing a live show. We're going to see Marissa's live reaction to her heart being broken soon.
I literally will cry, you guys. I'm not kidding you. Luke Strand has put so much into this program. Please don't.
And for all your viewers here, producer Sarge here, I can see the game behind them. They cannot. So I'm going to be peeping in and
He's
let
going to give us
them know.
jump scares.
So you might be hearing some oohs and ahs from the guy from behind the scenes, but
Nothing. That's nothing new there. We hear a lot of oohs and ahs out of this guy. No, let's start this off. We're going to start with the Wild medical team. Are they on the hot seat?
Yes.
It's been a lot of injuries this year and a lot of repeat injuries and a lot of repeat players that we've seen. I mean, obviously, we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, but it just seems a little weird.
It's weird, especially when you think about the Four Nations tournament, because Billy G was obviously the GM for that, and he brought the Wild medical staff with him.
Yeah,
And then
he did.
Charlie had to go into, like, he had something wrong with his shoulder, and then he got an infection. And then Matthew Tkachuk is out now, and has been, and I think he's might be out all season. So we also have that happened, and it's just one of those things where it's like, I think that brought light to it. I think people maybe were questioning it, but when you have everybody's like, what's going on with the Minnesota Wild on a national stage? It's also is crazy because we've had so many effing injuries, and they always get pushed back. And you as a fan wonder, is this because it's actually bad injuries, or is it because of the Wild medical staff?
Well, I mean, Kaprizov coming back and going out immediately. Didn't look like himself. It's like, I get it. And I will say, I'll play devil's advocate here too, because hockey's got to be the hardest sport to keep these guys out of. I mean, these guys want to play. They're going to lie. They're going to say, no, I'm good. So I do think a little bit of that goes into it. But as a medical trainer, you got to step in and be like, yo, sorry. you can't. We can't allow this guy to go back.
and not only that, this is a yearly occurrence. This isn't like the first time.
Yes, exactly.
And that's why I wanted to bring it up and make it a topic, because it is becoming to be every single season. We're dealing with injuries, and it's always the same players. But it's good to see Rossi and Boldy. Both of those guys have played all the games.
And it is, like, one thing, too, with Jonas Brodin, though, that is the same thing with Kirill Kaprizov. Like, he was not good, and then he came in for a game, and then they're like, well, I'm not really 100%. Then Michael Russo was like, oh, I just saw him limping. Like, and then he's, like, back in, and he's out. Like, again, like you said, I get these guys want to play, but if you as a medical staff, you need to put the foot down. Because I don't want Jonas Brodin to play one game against Dallas and then not be okay and us lose miserably and then miss him for the playoffs. He's too dynamic of a player.
Well, Brodin coming back and all of a sudden being like he's out the next game, which 100% it was a back-to-back. They were picking the game. But if he's not ready to play, then he shouldn't play.
Exactly.
If he's not ready to play back-to-backs, then he shouldn't be in there. So it's getting a little frustrating, because I would like to see a healthy Wild roster for, 70 games at least. Like, I mean, I'm not even asking for a whole season.
We're not asking for a lot here. We're just
maybe
asking
even
for
60,
fucking something.
Maybe 60 games where we're only missing a player or two. A player. Not fucking our top two players.
Literally
our
all two
top,
lines.
our best two forwards. So, are they on the hot seat? I don't know, but
I think
we should be asking some questions.
Yep, 100%.
Moving on. The X, some exciting news out of St. Paul. They're proposing a bill.
Yeah.
I have the number here, the special
like-
number.
isn't it like-
$769 million
Nice.
facelift, basically, to make it look beautiful and like a modern rink. I know it's 25 years old, but still, there's a lot of
Yeah.
upgrades happening around the league. Target Center got a little bit of a facelift,
Mm-hmm.
not nearly as much as they're talking about here, because this is Roy Wilkins Auditorium and the River Center that
Oh,
they're
no
talking
kidding.
about.
All of it.
Facelifting all of it. So
And like, what is it like? Are we talking? Because I know that the club level like redid a lot of
Yep.
stuff this last year. So is it like that, or is it like the outside, the
I think
inside?
it's outside.
Okay.
Like making it more like, I don't know if they're going the route of Milwaukee with like Bucks Way, where they have, a spot where in playoff games we can have a fucking hallway of fans watching the game right outside the arena.
Yes,
Stuff like
okay,
that. With
okay.
$760 million makes me think that's probably something they're thinking of.
Oh,
'Cause
and-
Minnesotans would do it. I know I'd show up outside the X to watch a playoff game. I mean, why not? That'd be fun.
There's no way I wouldn't, and that's and I like that there isn't a place like that though anywhere. You kind of just go and walk, and then that's it, right? You just go to the bars to do that, but for them, it's definitely like could be a
Well,
revenue
early 2000s
driver.
being built, so I
Yep.
mean, you get it.
I'm very excited for that. I think it'll drive obviously a lot of people to the X. I mean, it's already like the fan base is already crazy.
Melvin
but I think
Carter,
it'll
the
be
mayor,
better.
said it would breathe new life into St. Paul. So you got to.
Which it desperately needs because
Yeah.
it's a dump.
Oh, okay, Sarge.
Wow.
Sarge,
Oh right.
that's enough, okay?
Okay. It's
What's
not
so bad
dumb.
about Tom Reed's and Zambonis and the X? Come on now.
No. I'm not. I'm just talking about St.
Cassettas?
Paul in
St.
general.
Paul in general? If
kind
you
of a
get
dump.
outside of 7th Street is what you're talking
guess.
about.
Our building.
We are in St. Paul.
Okay, first off, our office building doesn't even have women's bathrooms on this level.
That is so true.
That's actually
As the only
true.
women in
That
the
is
only girl
true.
in 10K takes, it fucking sucks. I
Does
have to like use the men's bathroom, and it's
Hey.
awful.
when this building was built, there was segregation.
Yeah, there was.
Straight up.
No, there was.
Women did not have any rights.
Yeah, if you've been in the basement of this building, the ceiling is so low, an average size male like myself can't even walk with my head up. Like it's not.
I'd probably have to duck my
not
head, and I'm
good.
5'1", so that says a lot about it.
I don't know if it's that short.
Yeah, Voss has to go down a level to go pee. It's crazy.
crazy.
Or, sorry, poop.
Make it right.
Oh
gosh.
For the tangent though.
You know
I
what
guess
they
we
should
could-
do?
I mean-
Wait,
I mean-
you know what they should do? Here's what they should do for the renovation. They should put Captain's Patch. They should have a pavilion and go Captain's Patch Way or something.
Dude,
Hey.
there you go.
Hey, anything's open. I mean,
Just
we
saying.
would if Billy wants to reach out and because I know the Wild are involved in this whole process. I think with our inside connections, we should definitely be
We
getting
should
a
definitely
Captain's
be
Patch
something.
way.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds.
That kind of sounds sick, right?
Yeah, it
That
does sound
pretty
sick.
good. That sounds pretty good, right? Listen,
I mean,
just hire me.
I think we should probably talk about the team a little bit.
Boo. Fine. Okay,
So
let's go.
2 games in a row against teams that you're going to see in the playoffs
Yep.
if you make it, and it was 2 stinkers with
Dude.
a lot of third period goals allowed.
Yeah.
A lot of third period goals allowed. The games were close for a little bit.
I literally closed my eyes, and then it was 5-1, and I was like, hello?
Yeah, literally like
I was like, whoa. And everybody, though, I want to say, like, everyone's like, Marc-Andre Fleury needs to be done forever. Like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, shut the
okay. Yeah, he let in a few softies, but okay.
It's also against Vegas,
Vegas
right?
is a good
like,
team.
They're a good team. The Dallas, though, I mean, Dallas is a good team, but they were non-existent on that 3-0 game. I was just, it was weird because we beat Dallas. Everyone's like, Brock Faber wasn't in it. The reason why we didn't is because Brock Faber, like, didn't score or whatever, which
He's a defenseman. He's not supposed
Yeah,
to.
he's
Exactly.
not. Yeah,
And
I
I'm
don't
like,
understand.
okay.
Well, I think the Wild's issues goes down to what we talked about last episode. They need to score. We saw a couple game stretch, which whoever made the Monday night fucking topic of Wild scoring goals again, you need to be fucking. You need to stop. Okay, they
need
had
to
a couple
stop.
games where they scored some goals, and look at what happened. 1 goal against 2 playoff teams. It is. I get it though. I mean, they were looking a little more fun, but I mean, the teams they were playing weren't the greatest. So
No.
I think that definitely had more to do with it than the Wild's ability to score goals.
Here's the thing, like it's I just think they're really inconsistent when it comes to scoring goals or just being like a good team. Like they have games again when it was the Dallas game, or there's been a lot of games this year where I've been like, whoa, what is this team? What are they doing? Like it's just been so refreshing and it's such a breath of fresh air. Like that when they scored like 3 goals in the first 5 minutes of that first period, I was like, okay, I get it's against Kraken, right? But at the same time, like there are those games where I'm like, this team could be really good, and then they just have stinkers. and it's usually consecutively,
Yeah.
and they just suck.
They got shitbagged by the Vegas.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
Oh,
100%.
they got that was.
Matt's
It
got
wasn't
that.
a very
Matt's had
close
that goal.
game.
It was like 2-1. I was like, we're so back again, and then I blinked my eyes and I was like, we are gone.
Yeah, I think it was JoJo. I think
bad.
it was JoJo shot it, and Matt's had the good assist or
Yeah.
whatever. But either way, it was one goal. One goal.
One.
We've said it 1,000 times. You are
cannot-
not going to win a game when you
If
score
you
one
score
goal.
one fucking goal,
You're
you are
going
not
to.
going to win a game.
Even though Sarge will be like, actually, technically, they have actually won 2 goals or
Oh,
2
that's,
games.
no, that's nerd shit. I'm done with that. That was just it was in the moment. But no, I agree. Like,
Good.
but I mean, there was a graphic today that I saw on Instagram. If I was smart, I would pull it up, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
It was like a graphic of the NHL coldest teams, and the Wild are with the Blackhawks this year, which is not good. You don't want to be with the Blackhawks in anything.
No,
this
I will say, too,
That's
they
bad.
ever since that hot start getting out to first in the league, I believe the record is 22-24 and some fucking stupid bullshit 5 maybe. I don't know.
That's where the captain patch comes in to like
Yeah,
roll my
no,
pain,
these
because
teams,
I swear to God, I can't
these
do this
teams
anymore.
make me drink, man. We'll get into it in a little bit. I'm hoping the Gophers don't make me drink tonight.
Oh,
But
We got a comment from Ice Fishing Guru. This girl is awesome. Always get a kick out of her. Pump your tires a little bit,
yeah,
boss.
let's
Yeah,
pump Boss's
let's
tires.
go.
Hey, what am I, chop liver here?
yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Listen, sometimes when you're the brains of the
Hey,
operation,
that's
it kind of
fair.
happens.
Hey,
Well,
that
hey,
might be fair.
Well, since you're the brains, how about you go and do a little captain's patch ad for us, boss?
Okay. Do you love a good captain's patch? I do. After a long day, you got a raspberry lemon shandy. It's the best thing you could ever have. And it's also available at some of your favorite sporting events, CHS Field, Wild, and it's just the best beer that you could ever have. Elm Creek, 10K Takes. You go look for it at your local liquor stores. They also have it at Northern Tap House, Woodbury. It's their best-selling beer.
Fun
so
fact.
if you want to be like us and be cool and you know, if you're 21 and over and drink a cool drink, then Captain's Patch 105, 115, C14 at the Minnesota Wild. And also tomorrow, you could also get it at CHS Field for the Saints.
opener.
Cool and drink Captain's Patch today.
That was fucking unbelievable. Okay. No,
pulled that out
and
of my
the sad
ass.
thing is when I fucking have to do mine here in a few segments, everyone's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this idiot? Why is he doing an ad read? Get it back to Marissa. What the fuck is going on
Dude, I
here?
just
Okay?
ad-lib a lot of shit. That's like
That was
that's
good.
my entire
Hey.
that's my entire thing. And people forget that I'm like a reporter and like I did this for like a living, especially on the news. I think people forget that.
That was unbelievable. Okay, how do you even follow that up? Let's move down the list here. Down the stretch we go. You know, Wild got some big games coming up this week. Sarge, pull us up that schedule. Yes. I know we got Washington tonight, which Ovi. Not his last
Billy
game in the X.
Sushi.
I think he's coming back. Yeah, Ovi, Billy Sushi. I've met Billy Sushi a few times, had some sushi with the guy. Great guy. I was happy to see that.
Never met Billy.
Didn't he make you
Sushi.
eat super spicy?
Yeah, he did. He abused me for about 10, 15 minutes.
You know what? Fun fact about my Billy Sushi thing. Okay, so here's why, if you're wondering why Kirill brought Ovi to Billy Sushi. So Billy Sushi is really big with the Wild guys. A lot of them go. They love Billy Sushi. They have a really good relationship. They actually have a book where you can sign, and it has, like, I've seen it because the waiter, when we went there for the first time and the last time I've been, I was also, like, seated right next to Billy G.
Okay.
So Billy G was there, and then my waiter, he knew like everybody, and he showed us this book, and it's signed by all the Minnesota Wild players, Spit and Chicklets boys, like ESPN boys, like all of these people.
It's a staple for
And
these guys.
Yeah. So if you ever want to maybe I could run into a Wild player or something
Mm-hmm.
on a certain time, I would go to Billy Sushi because 99% of the time they're there. And if you were there yesterday and Ovechkin was there, holy shit, what a
This is
surprise.
not a free ad for
This
Billy
is not a
Sushi.
free ad.
No.
All right.
No, it's a great
We
place.
just
Some good
love
food.
Billy Sushi.
So
Back to back with the Devils.
all right, yeah. So a little reminder from last week. Both of you guys said so tonight. You guys both said that they were going to beat the Caps.
Yes.
And then you also both said that on Saturday, the first game against the Devils at home. You
Yes.
said that was going to be a
Yes,
W as well.
correct.
Okay.
You are the one that's 100% right now.
Yeah, I said
got-
shootout loss, but it's a loss nonetheless. So.
I definitely, I think I had Vegas. Okay, keep going.
So all right. So the Devils Monday. What do you guys got? One at a time.
I think they probably drop this one the way they're playing right now on the road. Devils team, I think we beat them at home, like I already said, but on the road, this team has got the Devils are in the same kind of conundrum we are right now. You know, struggling. They need to get going to make the playoffs. Well, they're going to make the playoffs, but you know, have some sort of momentum going into those series. So I do think we drop Monday night.
All right. Let's go Voss.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just agree to agree, but I also agree because I think us winning back to back.
Yeah.
In the way we're playing, absolutely, I agree 100%. So I think we lose that one.
Yeah, that's tough to do. All right, so we're doing like the New York series after that. So Wednesday, we got the Rangers. Voss, who do you got?
I'll let you start.
I think we lose that one. I'm not confident because the last time we played them, we lost. And they also didn't have Keandre Miller, and they do now. So he's back. I feel like we lose that one.
You know, it depends.
Guys.
It depends. Sorry, we thought we had an overtime goal. It
you.
depends on which Igor Shesterkin we get. And I'm gambling. I'm a gambling man. I think it's going to be the bad Igor Shesterkin.
Shesterkin.
And the Wild win on
I
Wednesday.
love it. I love it.
I agree with that.
All
I
right,
was
so
thinking the same
obviously,
thing.
so next week, our show is Thursday. Do we want to do predictions for the
No,
Islanders game
we'll
on
wait
Fri-
for wait for the Islanders.
Okay,
game.
so you guys both you got 1-1 for Zuch and 0-2 for Voss.
all right.
Lots of faith here.
Boo.
Hey, they got to show us something. Oh shit, we're coming down the stretch, like I said. Look at that. After that, 6 games remain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
And pull up the playoff standings as of
This
right now,
scares me.
right this second.
All right, give me a second.
Did they score?
All right, so right now, you guys would be playing Vegas. Which
Well,
I
do
mean,
we have
I
the
like that better
actual
than I like the
standings?
Jets.
oh, you want the standings?
Yeah, let's get the standings.
Yeah. I can do that.
I think somebody said as of right now, like something. I think it was Alex Micheletti. He said the Jets would be the matchup.
Okay.
At least that's what he said.
I mean,
but
it's
that
gonna
was
be
that. I think
changing.
that was also before like we lost 2 games.
I think it's going to be changed.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want a little central breakdown, or what do you?
Nah,
what do you
here we
looking
go.
at?
So we got Vancouver.
They're right on your ass.
Yeah, they're 5 points back
Quinn's
right now.
Quinn's staring
and
at us.
The Blues are hotter than fucking
yeah,
hot
they're
right
yeah,
now.
which is
They're hot.
crazy, might I add you.
So we got Vancouver and the Flames, and we got 1 game against each of those teams. So those games are going to be huge.
Yep, and let me just say this, that the Flames have 2 games in hand. Now, if they win those 2 games, they're still behind, but they're on in fuego too. They're playing up to their name of being the Flames. They're fucking hot. And Vancouver, I'd be way less concerned with Vancouver.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
just
I don't know.
scared because like it's the like this is what the Wild like everybody when when a team gets hot, it's like, okay, playoffs is the time to get hot. Playoffs is the time to do this. And the Wild don't do that. And that's what freaks me out the most
Yeah,
about this
it's
team.
true.
Is because I'm like, okay, you get hot in the beginning of the season, great. That like it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I feel like they never finish like really strong. And all of these teams again, like the Blues
Sarge,
and
I
everything
see
else.
fucking spinning those wheels.
Yeah,
What do you want to say?
And there's just nothing worse for a hockey team than stumbling into the playoffs.
Yeah,
Like
I
seriously,
agree.
because there's no confidence, there's
Nope.
nothing, and now all of a sudden it's time to nut up or shut up, and you literally
Well, I just
get
think
slapped
we're
in
one
the
goal.
face.
I literally I think back to the series the Wild have actually won in the playoffs, and usually it's the seasons where, oh shit, we got to come, at the end of the season and make up some points here and to get in, and those are the series they win. So I do agree. Hopefully getting healthy and getting those guys back will give us a little boost. I'm excited for this one. Free agent talk. So we had a question last week. Who are some targets that the Wild could go after? I don't really know what Billy G's thinking, so I'm just going to name players who are free agents next season. And anyone that jumps out at you, let me know. Mitch Marner.
This one, I might
Wait,
be in
you
the
gotta
minority. I might be in the minority here, and I heard a lot of people be like, "Oh, we should do this. We should do this." I don't know if I want Mitch on the Wild. I don't know if I want Mitch Marner on the Wild.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't know if he's gonna mesh well. I think obviously he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I feel like we would have to give up a lot for Mitch Marner, and I think it would be like a Matt Boldy.
Well, these
I
are
think we'd
free
have
agents,
To, oh, that's
so-
right, free agent shit. Sorry, my bad. We're
we're
Can I be
good.
honest? I'm so worried about this Minnesota State
Hey,
game.
it's okay. No, but I mean, Mitch Marner, great player.
I just
I
don't
just
know.
don't see him on the Wild.
Okay, I should have said it there. I should have left it and didn't say anything else. I also agree. I just don't think he'd be a good fit.
Okay. Now, this is an old player. We know how the Wild love going after old players. Nicholas Backstrom.
What?
Nicholas Backstrom, the
Is
center.
He still plays?
I don't know. He's on this list. He's on this list. Dude, I'm on Spot Track right now, and I'm looking at some of these
Like, I have
names. I'm
no
like,
idea.
Anyway, that was a joke. Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
not
he
funny.
is responsible for like 175 of Ovechkin's
Sure,
goals. So.
sure. Here are some interesting names that I like personally. You got Brock Besser.
Oh my God, I would love to see
If
him.
he's not
I would love to
if
see
he's
him in a
not,
Wild jersey.
Like
Fuck.
top of the list for the Wild.
I
I
would-
don't know what they're doing.
Like, bring him home, the storyline. Like, I would love to see
I
Brock
don't
in a
even
Wild
ca-
jersey.
See, it's from an outsider's perspective. It's not even the Minnesota perspective
that's
of
a
it
me
at all.
thing.
He's fucking good, and
Yeah.
he buries.
Yeah.
He's got 30 goal score easy.
Yeah.
He can get to 40. Shit, he could probably get to 45.
And with
playing
Kirill on the other line.
Oh,
yeah.
And then
So good.
Zuki fucking dishing it, dude.
Zuki.
He's got.
Think about that.
He also is so goddamn handsome.
He
So
is.
goddamn handsome.
He is. You know what? Yes, thank you.
I-
he is he not?
I got no comment
Oh my
for
God.
that.
I literally, when I worked at Beauty League games, like he would walk by and I was like, oh, ooh.
That dude literally was on a line with 10K's own Zane Wagner.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he would actually
Bring him
probably
home.
come in.
Yeah, bring him home. Another Minnesotan, Brock Nelson. We were
Old man Brock.
Yeah, they were
He
saying
looks
we
like
might
he's
have traded for
retired.
him, but he is a free agent center.
Okay, I hate that you said old man because we are the same age.
Yeah, he's
Me and
33.
Brock are the same
no,
age.
because that's the meme.
Yeah, but he is.
Are you
old.
talking? Okay,
He does
so
look
If
old.
you
He
look
does
at his
look old.
Four Nations thing, that's what I'm talking about. If you look at his Four Nations, what's happening behind me?
What?
If you look at it, I'm scared. I'm
She's so scared.
sorry.
She's literally so scared.
I'm, like, so scared.
Mavs had some good pressure.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Sorry.
Guys, okay, but anyways, if you look at the meme, it looks like Brock Nelson is like super old. I think though it'd be a good pickup too. Like I like him as a center. I mean,
But for
I think,
how
but how much?
much?
About,
Then
again,
this
how
is
much and
all-
how long? Like longevity.
This is all just. I mean, I hate to take the score north, but this is all just reckless speculation.
Okay,
right
okay.
now. I'm throwing names out there that I'm reading off Spot Track,
Keep
and if
going.
they aren't free agents, and I get people calling me idiots, blame Spot Track. Minnesota way of going after old players. Brad Marchand.
Ouch.
Get the rat in here for a few years late in his career.
Fuck no.
Okay. All right. Fuck no.
I don't think I could deal with that diva on my team. I don't know. I think he's like a diva, but I genuinely think that it would not go over well. I don't think he would. I would rather
love
take
to
Mitch
watch
Marner
him.
than him.
I would love to watch him bite on people's like ears and gloves in the playoffs. So I mean, that's just the best.
Voss, you gotta understand, he's one of those guys that everyone in the locker room fucking loves.
That's true. He would be a
Yeah.
chemistry. He'd be a personality hire that can actually do their job.
All right, how many more do you got?
I mean, we can end
any more-
whenever.
any- oh,
I'll do. We will dive into this more with
Yeah, okay,
actual targets when it gets closer to that time. Right now, we're throwing names out here. We have no idea what the Wild are who they're gonna
I
extend.
have no idea what the fuck
who we're
I'm talking
bringing
about
in,
half the time.
So,
Yeah, I
You know
don't
who
know.
they should get a center. That's
okay,
that's
here's I will give a couple more that I see here. I'm gonna give you Christian Dvorak, center, not a bad player.
Mm-hmm.
he's probably second or third line at best.
Yeah.
I would say third line would be amazing. Would be an amazing.
Bring him
center.
home, Mikhail Granlund. I'm a big no. I'm a big no for
He's
that. But
still a good
I
player.
he's a
love-
good
yeah,
player,
he's
but
a
I
good
just
player.
that ship sailed for me. I mean,
I
I love
loved
the guy,
him.
but
I
he,
loved him.
man, he just. We need goals. I think we need to bring in goals, and
Yeah.
that's not a guy that's going to score. So
I loved him though. He was my dad's favorite.
Sam Bennett is not a free agent. They definitely signed Sam Bennett to a long deal. So I think some of these names are definitely not free agents.
Yeah, listen,
It would just be total zooch though.
It would be.
it would be. It'd be.
I love
So
it.
that's all I got.
All right.
Obviously, we'll deep dive these a little more. I just wanted to give the commenter from last week a little taste of what we'll get into later on.
All right, let's move on to stick taps and take a lap. Zoot, you want to explain the segment?
Yeah,
here?
let's explain it. Okay, so obviously, for the people that played hockey, stick taps, that's something that happens when, it's something good happen. So stick taps is going to be a good thing that's happened in hockey or anywhere. We can do whatever we want. Take a lap is usually when you fucked up and you got to take a lap because you fucked up. So,
Wait, I need to.
uh-oh.
I feel like can I start with the stick tap?
Yeah?
Please.
John Merrill scored a goal for the Minnesota Wild.
Oh!
Stick tap, John Merrill!
Merrill!
Let's go, John Merrill! Stick tap, baby! I swear, dude. Like, I swear a lot of people rag on John Merrill,
He's
but
had a good
he
year. I'm
shows
sorry.
up when he needs to, and he has had a good year, and I
had a
love
fine year.
John Merrill. I do.
He gets a lot of
Huge
hate
stick
from
tap.
past play. I
Oh,
will
he
say.
does. He does. And I
He's been
think a
fine
lot
this
of
year.
it is like, come on. Like, He
was bad last year.
He was bad
He was
last
bad.
year. He was very bad last year. But he can redeem himself. I think he's redeemed himself. Again, that's my stick tap. Sorry I had to take
like
that,
it.
but
No.
that was breaking news right there. Breaking news.
Well, I'll go to my stick tap here. My stick tap is the NCAA hockey tournament is back. We're going to dive into it here in a little bit. I know, generic, but it's the best time of the year. I love the college tournament. We got a fantastic game on behind us that we have no idea what's
So
happening.
scary.
It's the best from
It's
the from
so
this angle
scary.
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
sorry.
What's going on? Is it still tied?
Yeah, still tied.
We're going to finish the show. You're going to get to watch.
8 minutes and 40 seconds.
Dude, this Gopher fucking stream after this, by the way, tune in, Gopher stream right after
Gopher
this,
stream. Gopher
if the
stream.
game ever starts tonight.
Go for
But
stream.
that's my stick tap, NCAA hockey tournament.
All right, I'm stepping in for this one because I really want to do this. My stick tap is for everyone that's been going to the Wild or Frost games at the X, have been tagging us drinking Captain's Patch.
Love
That
it.
is so
Love
sick, guys.
it.
Keep doing that. We will get them on our story, pretty much guaranteed. So.
I'm drinking one right now. They're great.
Huh? I literally love when people do that because
so
it's like
cool.
it's so cool.
It is cool.
Right? And I've actually made buddies with the guy who sells it every time. He's like, I was literally at the Frozen Face Off and he goes, "No Captain's Patch." I'm like, "Fuck, you know
Yeah,
me."
well-
Shit, I got
Gosh, what are you?
I
You
was
said
like-
that on air. You didn't
You
get one.
literally just exposed.
I was working.
Okay, that's so you can't drink on the job. Whatever.
I was
Whatever.
working.
Where are you working
I
that you
was-
can't drink on
I
the
was
job? I'm just
covering
kidding.
my
I don't know
car.
anywhere that you could actually drink on the job.
I was working, but
Very
yeah.
frowned upon to do.
Yes, very frowned upon. We
But
do
it's
not-
okay.
We do not advertise drinking on the job unless it's Captain's Patch. Then it's okay.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, it's 10K. We actually encourage it.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we're
big-
always
big
drunk on
drinkers.
the
I mean,
job.
like, we're
as
working
many
right now
people know
and-
this.
All right, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
start
go right
off
into
with
the take a lap.
with the
Do it.
take a lap. My take lap is for all you motherfuckers that aren't drinking Captain's Patch at the X and not tagging us in your story. All you get some goddamn Captain's Patch at XL.
Yeah,
help
seriously.
us out.
You're
My
not
God.
going to regret it. I promise you, you are not going to regret it. It is a great beverage. It's light. You can drink many of them, and you're good. So
See, that was a good ad read. You would do a great job.
Good.
You
Hey.
would. That was good.
that is good.
That is good.
My take a lap is John Tortorella.
Oh my God.
See ya, pal.
I don't know. I'm shocked.
Well, I guess
know
that's what
why.
happens when you push your fucking best prospect out the door. I mean, seriously, what the fuck was he doing in that? And everyone goes,
got the
Cutter
A.
didn't want to go there. Cutter didn't want to. That doesn't fucking matter. You don't just go, oh, this kid is being a prick. We're gonna just cut. I don't get it.
No, there's a lot of people who don't want to do a lot of things. That's
Yeah.
why, again, a lot of it, like, people don't want to go to the, like, some players have the Jets as their no trade, but
Yeah.
sometimes they get traded, and that's
Yeah.
what you have to do. Like, you don't listen to a kid who's he was, 18 years
Yeah.
old, and again, he, had a lot of issues also with, fucking USA. Didn't he,
Yeah.
not get allowed on USA or something? He just
I
has,
think
he
there's
has-
other things
he
going
has
on, but yeah.
behavioral issues. I get it, but, he's your prospect. Don't fucking do that.
One of your best ones.
Also, do you know how many times I've woken up and not wanted to go to work and I still did?
Yeah.
People
You
do
just
what
you
they
end
have
up
to
going.
do.
Like you just end up going. It's just, I wake up every morning and I sit there and I go, when's my day off? So soon. Just get through it. Okay, just go. You're good. You're good. So, all right.
boss.
What's your take a
my
lap?
take a lap is this is breaking news. And he thinks that a hot dog is a sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, take a
And
lap,
I
Austin.
feel like that.
That's why you're in the
you
Saints, not the
listen,
Twins.
Listen. Okay,
I like
that was-
Austin,
he's going to
though.
be back. He's literally going to be back up soon.
I
What do you
like
fucking
Austin.
mean?
Don't give
he's
him
not
shit.
going to be back
Hey,
out there for
that's
long.
a
Great
Twins
guy.
fan too. Austin
Sarge.
Martin's sweet, dude. He's got some
He's
of the
actually
best hair,
so,
dude.
He's so nice, dude, and
Yeah,
he's like
he-
reggae. He just listens to a lot of reggae. and,
seems
he's-
so chill.
He was
Like,
so
he
chill.
really
today.
does.
I was like, "Well, these are fun questions." He's like, "Okay." I'm like this. He's like, "All right." I'm like, "You know what? You're the chillest guy." But he did. He's like, "Yeah, I qualify as it a sandwich." And I'm like. And I started agreeing with him to make him feel better. I was like, yeah, no, totally, right? I agree too. I'm like, it's kind of a hot take.
God, you're such a liar. Such a people pleaser.
Yeah, I'm a
Such
people
a
pleaser.
people pleaser.
You have a professional athlete in front of you and you're videoing them. Also, by the way, I was doing those videos and I was shaking when I was talking to Zebby and Festa and all them. I was fucking shaking and it was not good. I was so nervous. I also had 3 shots of espresso before that. So
Hey, well, that's probably not the choice. Well, I think that's as far as we need to
Yep.
go on that.
Yep.
Hey, but the real March Madness started today, as I said in my stick tap. we have the NCAA hockey tournament. The regionals started today. We had some great action between Ohio State and Boston U.
Oh my
Crazy
God,
game.
Ohio State got their ass kicked.
Yeah, but it was 3-3, and they were dominating that game.
I-
15-2 in shots after the first period, and then all of a sudden,
Fell
the
apart.
doors
Fell
off.
apart.
You know what happened? I'm gonna say this. I triggered it. I texted Veach because on Monday's show, Veach was like, that's my upset is Ohio State. And then I was like, man, Ohio State looks good in a text. And then they just got shitbagged after that. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm taking
you
full
know
responsibility. And I just wanted to make it clear and say it on the air that it is my fault.
I also have been like very much doubting BU for the entire year. That has been me. It's just been like I think I've been the number one BU hater for some reason. Macklin Celebrini hates me. He's very pissed at me right now because I've just been like, they're not good. They're not that good. They're not that good. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh.
Oh! Sorry.
Okay, so it was going to be a... No, nothing happened. Nothing
What a
happened
save
yet.
by Alex Tracy. Holy
Alex
fuck.
Tracy.
Yes, that's my fucking boy.
Hobie. And obviously we got this fantastic game going on behind us. Western Michigan, the favorite in this region, heavy favorite, I would say,
Heavy.
is getting taken to the absolute max here by the Mankato State Mavericks.
Everybody wants to. Not Mankato, Minnesota State. I'm gonna
Mankato
smack
State.
you. It's Minnesota State.
I can't.
You can't. That hurts my heart.
Can't.
It's
My mom went there in the
Minnesota State.
90s. She
I
played
know,
volleyball
but
there. She's in the Hall of Fame. It's Mankato
Minnesota
State. It's Mankato,
See,
baby.
This is different right
See,
here.
and this is funny. This is two Mankato people.
We
Like, this
literally
is
both went and covered. Yes,
So
literally.
this
But
is what I love Mankato. They are my second favorite team, so I am stressing this, but the Gophers
I am
are
so
still
stressed.
my favorite.
Yeah, I'm stressed. No, this is a good. I think a lot of people have underestimated Minnesota State because of the CCHA and
Yep.
they're in that conference, and it's not a good conference as Big Ten
they're a
or
good team,
NCHC, but they're
so-
a great team. Historically, they've always been a great team. I mean, they won 7 McNaughton Cups
Yep.
or 8 or whatever in that.
Michigan State.
No way!
Sorry, there's 8 seconds left, but I'm assuming.
No.
Shut
no.
the fuck up.
No.
There's 8 seconds left.
Oh, you'll get it up too.
Yes.
That is breaking news, and that is Cornell.
Howard,
These guys
what
are
happened?
playing for their coach, man. These guys, his final season, they ran the table as I believe they were a 5 seed in the conference tournament too. By
Yeah,
the
'cause
way,
I mean, they're 18, 10, and 6, so they weren't, blowing the doors off anything.
they were
the
ranked
fuck?
high early in the season.
What
I
the-
do know that.
Are you kidding me?
That's huge.
Oh
That-
my God.
If that holds on, that's a big upset. That's a
Guys,
very big
I don't
upset.
think you understand. That's a huge upset. Cornell beating
We could get two
Michigan
4
State.
seeds.
Oh my God.
We could get
What
two
do you
4 seeds
mean?
winning
That
in the
throws-
first,
Do you know how many brackets that's gonna break up?
Yeah.
Do you know how many? Brackets
Like I said, the
that's
real
gonna-
March Madness. We're
Oh
seeing
my
upsets. This is what
God.
it's about,
What do you
baby.
mean? I'm sorry. That I have been following. Okay, and I'm like the biggest college hockey person. We haven't even gone through a lot of them. I'm so sorry, but I'm like
We will. We got our gut reactions.
I am
coming
a
here, so.
really big college hockey person. That's insane.
It's a big upset. I will say Cornell is a sneaky team. They did
Sneaky.
upset Maine last year. They had a good returning group. They were ranked high early in the season. I think people are sleeping on them. That is a humongous
That's
upset.
insane.
If it holds on, there's
if it
10
holds
seconds.
on, I mean, but still.
Yeah, no, they looks like they did. Michigan
State lost.
They're done.
What happened,
They're
Michigan
done.
State?
What happened?
What happened, Michigan State? Isaac Howard, Augustine. What happened? What's going on? Oh no! Oh
love that guy, though.
Giving a crap to the freaking the
That's
Gophers.
insane.
Boo.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, we're getting
Big Ten winners gone. And actually, I don't like this because now there's 2 Big Ten teams gone day one. So,
Oh my
wow.
God.
That is huge. That is breaking news, and that is why you tune into this show.
Fucking right.
I'm sorry.
And obviously tomorrow we got
yelled-
Bentley, Boston College. We got the other regions. We're going to get to a gut reaction here to who we think is going to win these regions, who we think is going to advance to the Frozen Four. So,
All right, well, we're moving on because I actually pressed the button. My
yeah,
bad.
there we go.
Okay, here we
Moving
go. Here we
on.
go. We're already moving
Where's
on.
Sue? Where's Nodak? Anyone see Nodak in the tournament?
I don't know.
Is Nodak there? Where are they at?
They're the same as their head coach. Gone.
Gone.
Bye.
And you know what? I do want to say, sounds like Bradbury's a great guy.
Great guy,
And
met him.
I don't. I'm not gonna give him shit for whatever. You know what? I hate seeing a guy lose a job like that, but he will find a job somewhere.
It's not like I said. I've had the pleasure of meeting Brad this year.
Great dude.
Sitting down with
Great
him,
dude.
he made time in his day to sit down with us and interview, and we just talked about his coaching and his life. And again, I didn't know this was his last season. I don't think anybody knew, but he's a fantastic guy. It's not going to take him that long to find a job. He's a great coach. He knows what he's doing. He's got connections. Everybody knows Brad Barry, and he's gonna wind up somewhere. Oh my God! I mean, you play in the NHL for as long as he did. He was on the North Stars, and he played with the Jets too, and. You know, those things, yeah, it's not going to take
Me and
long.
Sarge talked about this before. It's not, I do hate North Dakota, so I'm happy to see them out, but I do respect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for North Dakota.
Absolutely.
It's a great hockey program.
Yeah.
They are a blue blood, and they're one of the most hated. You know, I think Grinnell said that Minnesota is the most hated.
He said the
I
villain.
would-
He said Minnesota was the villain.
The villain.
And
I
which,
almost
like, he-
put that as North Dakota. I mean, maybe
I
it's
put
because
that
I'm a
as North
Minnesota
Dakota.
fan.
I was gonna say,
but
I-
North Dakota to me is just like, you go anywhere,
dude.
they don't like they don't like North Dakota, you know?
Oh shit. Sorry, I'm watching that game. But I always say this. I said this comment to you before, but it's literally the Ron Burgundy West Mantooth bit where West Mantooth is about to throw him back into the bear pit, and he's like, "God damn, do I respect you?" And that's
Yep,
just
it's
man.
true.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
true.
sorry, the
It's
Fighting
true.
Hawks. I gotta always correct myself.
The Fighting Hawks, yeah.
Well,
But their
everybody
fan
calls me the
base is
Sioux.
the best in
Yeah.
college hockey. I
They're
will
amazing.
not. I literally won't hear any other argument. Their rink is literally the best ice rink on the planet. It's just if you haven't been, you have to go. It's truly unbelievable. But
Still are not in the NCAA tournament.
which I fucking love.
I do too.
I'm not mad about it.
All these guys before the
think-
season
yeah.
will be fine. We'll be fine. No, you weren't.
I just didn't think they were going to be in the tournament. I saw them play this year and everything. It wasn't for me. I just wasn't confident.
No, and I wasn't either. I don't think the Gophers played them this year. I think the rivalry took
I
a
mean,
year
when you
off.
lose a game to Bemidji,
Yeah.
you're not saying anything about Bemidji, right? They made it to
think
to
you just did.
okay. You know what? This year they were not that good. I love Tom Serratore. I've met him in person. I interviewed him. Love him, but no, they were not a good squad this year. So again, when you lose to them,
Not gonna end well for you is what you're saying.
100%.
Let's do gut reactions.
Yeah, let's go into it.
Even though some of them we already know that
I'm
the
so
two teams that are gonna be playing.
Listen. I am still shocked by Michigan State. I'll still keep talking about this. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be Cornell and BU, guys. Cornell BU. Who's
that
coming
other
out of
side of the
that?
bracket's opening up.
Okay, so do you want me to go through some of the games that are yet to happen? How about we do that? Sound
Sure.
good? All right, so tune in to our live stream for the Gopher UMass game. So that one, gut reaction, guys. Who are we going with, Zooch?
Minnesota.
Boss?
Minnesota.
Sarge? Minnesota. Definitely. That's not a homer pick because I'm not.
I just think it's the
they're just
one.
deeper. That's the only reason. They're
Yep,
just
they
deeper.
can run lines. The only thing that
this one's
scares
fun.
the only thing that scares me is the
next one's
goalie.
fun.
The goalie situation scares me, and not having August Falloon or having their senior center.
Huglin.
Yes, Huglin. That also
I will
kinda
say
scares
though,
me.
I mean the goalies, they just have to play okay today. Just get us. I feel like we're gonna score some goals. They're gonna come out fired up. So I'm not really worried about that.
All right, now we're gonna move into tomorrow for the slate of games. So there's gonna be the first game that's coming up. It's the number 1 seed Boston College versus
It's Boston.
Bentley.
It's Boston.
Boston.
Of course, it's
We don't
Boston.
even have
it's
to-
always
Yeah,
gonna, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah,
it's Boston.
that game
No,
we don't need to
because
talk about.
Zooch gave a little breakdown. Bentley, no, you guys are trash.
I've never even heard of
No.
Bentley. I actually, that's a
Yeah,
lie.
you've
I've
heard of 'em.
heard of
You've heard
Bentley,
of
but I've
Bentley.
just never seen them.
Yeah, there it is.
I thought they were like a Sasquatch or something. I've never seen them. I didn't really know if they were real.
Yeah. So then the next game that starts is going to be UConn versus Quinnipiac.
Ooh, this is UConn.
This is a very tough one to call,
So
though.
Boston's got UConn. Okay.
Is Pecknell still coaching Quinnipiac? I got them.
Yeah, I also am going to take Quinnipiac just because they're just fucking winners, man.
Yeah, they
they
are.
just win.
I think UConn. Listen, do not underestimate them. They've
No,
been
I'm not.
hot as of late.
I'm
I
not.
think it's
But
gonna
first
be UConn.
tourney team that's been there a bunch.
Yeah.
They probably got one of them basketball players that got kicked out of the tournament on the team now, right?
Nah,
I'm just kidding.
no, they definitely.
All right,
don't.
the next the next game that starts is Providence versus Denver. I think this
Another
is going to be
toughie.
a sick game.
I like Denver in
Denver's
this game.
been looking
Yeah,
money.
Carl. How do you
How do you bet against Zeev?
Zeev Buium. How do you bet against also Carl? I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's really one of the best coaches in college hockey.
You know what? I haven't watched a second of Providence Friars hockey, but I'm taking them.
Okay,
Just to
word,
switch
right
it
on.
up. Switch it up here.
Oh my God!
Yeah, this is still an OT.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Stream's going to be delayed.
Get it out of the zone! Get it out of the zone!
Now the final matchup. This could be a good one too. Is Maine versus
It's
Penn
Maine.
State?
Penn State.
It's Maine.
Penn State.
Maine is
Going
making it to
Penn
the Frozen
State,
Four.
And we got Voss got Maine. I'm
I-
going
Maine
Maine.
is making
I'm
it to
going
the
Maine
Frozen-
too, strictly because I love their fucking Jays.
I think Penn State is being heavily
Oh no,
underrated.
100%. I do
Heavily.
agree with you. I
That
have
is a
to fully
good
commit to
hockey
the bit.
team.
Guess what? Got to commit to the bit, but I also agree because Penn State also took 5 out of 6 points when they played Michigan State. So-
I'm telling you right now, and they're at home. It's their home region. I'm telling you right now, Penn State, look out. I see them as a sneaky Frozen Four pick.
Okay.
Get it out of the zone!
Oh.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, we're gonna do a little pause here before we go into
So
brief merch ad read
So
by
sorry.
Zooch. There's 15 seconds left in the first OT of Minnesota State, or sorry, Mankato State.
Ooh, Minnesota
However you want to
State.
say it versus Western Michigan here. There's
We're gonna
5
get a
seconds
second
left. The
overtime.
puck is on in the corner.
We're going to get a second OT.
Second OT. Oh! Oh wow! My God!
Almost.
Whoa! 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 Nelly!
Alex bump at the buzzer almost happened.
Jeez.
No!
Sorry about your eardrums, who people are listening on the pod after. My God, I was screaming there. All right, let's do a merch ad, Zooch.
Do you want to look good when you go out in public? Look no further than 10,000 Takes merch. We have some beautiful merchandise. Look at that Billy G shirt. You want to rock that. You want to rock that the next time you go to the bar. That one right there. And if you don't, I don't know
dude.
what
You're a
to say.
communist.
And also, if you want to go, but when we come back to me, we got the Captain's Pass shirt on. It's high-quality merch, high-quality hats, and I would recommend everyone buying multiple.
10ktakesmn.com. Go get your shit. All right, let's go. Last segment here, guys.
And see what I mean? Now they're going to listen. If people listening back to this are
See,
going to
you
hear
know what I would've
Voss's,
done with that?
and then they're going to hear me. See, I was going, and
You
then I
were
was
going,
trying to
and then
ad
you
lib,
were
and then I was
doing it.
thinking about the
You-
game. I was just like,
See, this is the thing is I would have been like, you ever want to look so good when you go to a bar and people compliment you every single time?
Well-
the reason why is because you're wearing Billy G from 10K Takes.
true.
Hey.
Everybody knows greatness when they see that shirt.
it's true.
See,
You know,
listen,
this
you're-
is why
you gotta
Voss
have
needs to do the
swag.
ad reads here. I'll do the intro, you do the
Yes,
ad
I'll
reads.
do the ad
okay?
reads. Yes, I
And
will
the-
agree.
I guess the outro too. Last topic, let the goalies fight, man.
Let them fight!
Let them
fight!
fight! What are we doing?
Dude,
Jeremy
I'm very
Swayman, by the
passionate
way,
about
who is a
this.
fucking clown. That guy is a clown. His teammate, it was so funny. He goes, what do you think about your goalie, Jeremy skating out there, blah, blah, blah. He goes, or defending your team, blah, blah, blah. He goes, oh, is that what he did? Okay. And that told me everything I need to know about Jeremy Swayman
yeah.
right there.
Dude, I
8 by
love
8
him.
to play the way he's played. Oof.
Yeah, especially on my fucking fantasy team. That's why I
He's
didn't
been
make the playoffs.
brutal. And all that aside, let him
Let 'em
fight,
fight.
dude. I mean, we had Fleury Bennington, electric. You would have got an
Like,
influx
let me
of
go,
new
let me go,
fans.
let me go. Like
Yeah.
the players are begging for
Yeah,
it. At
they
this
want
point.
it.
They want this to happen. They need this to happen, and they're like, I know it's like a rule the NHL has where they don't let them fight. I don't give a
Is that
shit.
really?
That's why they stop them.
Okay,
It's a
'cause
rule.
I'm gonna say that the Bennington and Fleury almost fight is our YouTube thumbnail. It's our thumbnail for the show.
It's literally
Well, that was
a
great,
rule
too.
where refs have to stop like a goalie fight. I'm pretty sure. Somebody fact check that, but I think I read that somewhere or somebody.
I'm not
said
fact
something.
checking it, but it's true.
I'm pretty
Either
sure.
way,
that's
I
it.
mean,
Either
they
way,
just
you
need to let
'em
him do it.
fight.
That's electric right there. And
good
if they
TV.
want to do it, why not let them? And I'm pretty sure that game was nationally televised. I'm not positive,
Listen,
but
that's
it
how
might
you
have
grow
been.
the game.
Yeah, it
Who
is.
doesn't like to watch a hockey fight?
That is the one thing I will
and
say
especially
about
a goalie
hockey.
fight,
If you watch anyone that gets into the game, they're like, damn, they let him fight? They let him fight in this? Like, what the
fight and
hell?
a hockey game broke out.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I let the goalies fight. That needed to happen. And I feel like Swayman did want to, get some steam off because he did get popped for 8 that game. So
Yeah.
So what wasn't it Kemper?
Kemper, yeah,
I feel
former
like
Wild.
Guys.
Kemper would have got drummed.
You
Is that-
think?
He
Kemper's
just-
massive.
but his face.
Yeah, but he's
says-
massive. And Swayman is like 5'11".
But
Swayman's a
but
little
the thing
teddy bear.
is,
Yeah, he is.
a
just
little teddy bear.
we were talking about this before. Like size,
It doesn't
if you-
matter,
It
no.
doesn't matter
Well-
unless you know what you're doing. Like, if you know what you're doing, it absolutely
Talking
matters.
about hockey.
I think we might
Fighting
be.
in general.
Oh, we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Size
Okay.
matters.
Why am I the
Yeah.
first one?
But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Kemper just has one of those faces that looks like he's a pussy. Is that
That's fair.
That's fair.
I don't
That's
know.
valid.
But
That's
I also
valid.
said before the pod, I don't ever judge anyone by what they look like because it doesn't matter.
No. Kemper fight.
They
me,
could,
dude.
they literally, yeah, literally, you could walk up to the small dude on the street and be like, "You're a pussy," and he'd whoop your ass.
Whoop your ass every single time. Yeah, well.
Yeah, because he's got cauliflower's ear and he's a fucking wrestler.
Yeah, he
I'm
probably was a
telling-
wrestler.
And, and you know
fuckers.
why? Because I will say, because I'm 5'1", small people have a lot of anger in them because
do.
they're so small. They're closer.
are
to
very
they're
mad.
closer to hell. So
You know, hey, that's why they call it little man syndrome.
Exactly.
we are very angry. So do
Well-
not mess with us.
This was another edition of Sticks in the Middle. We got off the rails a few times, but I think
so
we
sorry.
answered some of the questions we needed to answer with this episode.
Yeah.
Anything else from my my co-host and my producer?
No, actually, yes. Tune into
Yep.
the
Yep.
Gophers live
Yeah.
stream, which was supposed to start at 7:30, but there's no fucking way.
No fucking
No
way.
fucking
No way
way.
that's happening.
I'd probably
now.
say 8:30 hour delay. We will have Jake on, so you can watch Jake get active for the Gopher game, and I do encourage that. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and it's about time he shows up to one of these goddamn streams.
Also, one other thing. Frank Gallagher said the "Let's Play Hockey" chant at the game today, so that's also great.
Oh, sick.
I don't know who
Was he
that
drunk?
is.
Frank Gallagher, Shameless. You've
I
never
didn't watch
seen
that.
Shameless?
But was he drinking Captain's Patch and was he drunk?
He wasn't drinking Captain's Pack. She actually looks very presentable. He's in a leather jacket.
Good for him, for
Sick.
Frank
Cleaned up.
Gallagher from Shameless.
Anyways,
Yeah, wrap up
that's
the
what
show
the people
here.
want. Yeah.
This week, so we could start our Gopher stream on time, but
That we should start at 7.
turns out we could have started. We could have started at 8, and we probably would
Yeah,
be fine.
it's
So,
true. It's true.
tune back in here in about an hour and a half. We will be live watching the Golden Gophers take on the Minutemen.